Hi there and welcome back to Station Road. Now today we're just doing a wee short update from the previous video, just finalising some of the scenic materials. So as I mentioned in the last video, there were a few more bits and pieces to finish off, which I hadn't actually included in that particular episode. So they included some graffiti, some other bits and pieces of rubbish, and then also actually finishing off the crime scene. So all of this work is now being carried out, and interestingly, thank you all for the many comments that people submitted in the last video suggesting paper and graffiti and so forth. That of course was all on the cards anyway. So I've just added in a small amount of graffiti, and I've just used colouring in pencils to do this. I just thought it would be the easiest way of going, and on doing a little bit of research into what kind of graffiti might have been around in the 60s and the 70s. Of course back then rattle cans were not a common use for graffiti, and I suspect probably just paintbrushes and things like that were used, and so tagging was really sort of more about political, religious, cultural messages and things like that, without the vast array of colours and beautiful designs that we actually see today in some of our graffiti. So after adding the graffiti, then it was a case of finishing off the crime scene. Now the police are still yet to ascertain whether this was a brutal murder or whether or not the body may have come from the cemetery up above next to the church. So I've also added in some discarded newspapers, some posters and various other bits and pieces of sort of papery type rubbish. So I think the cutting is certainly looking the part now, and particularly with some of the graffiti making reference of course to the disused railway line with the "beaching was here" graffiti and "God save the trains." So that was just a short update on where the cutting is at now. Of course the next steps will actually be to locate this cutting back into the layout, finish off the portals at each end and also the retaining wall on the other side. So I certainly hope you enjoyed this very short update and got some inspiration and ideas possibly. I'll leave it there for now. Take care everyone, do look after yourselves, and I'll catch you next time. Bye for now.